Alright, so this is a review on the album. I believe this is the album. It's only 9 tracks on this album. It's by Vanjess, and the album is called Homegrown. I guess it is an album because it's long overdue since they released the last project, which is Silk Canvas, I believe that was what it was called. If you haven't seen my review of that, then go watch that. The link, in fact, I won't say what the link is. Just go watch that afterwards. Um, YouTube may suggest it to you. If not, I've got some searching to do. Anyway, let's just stick to this video for now, alright? So the one thing I like about this artwork is it's very um it looked like it come from a different era, like the 70s. Yeah? Like in fact not even the 70s. It's more like yeah, it's the 70s. I think it's because of the trousers that one of them is wearing, and then one of them has a particular type of hairstyle, and they're sitting down at a table. You know what I mean? They look like they're at home. You know what I mean? Um, one of them's got like a fan. Get me? What's he trying to say? She's hot, yeah. I see you. I see you. Um, but yeah, and their hairstyle as well is similar to both of their hairstyles are similar to what you see in the 50s, 60s, or 70s. Yeah, whether it be for white women or black women, and it is what it is. I won't even get into the whole hair thing. It is what it is. So like I said, there's 9 tracks on here. So there's the song "Come Over," "Slow Down," uh, "Roses," "Curious" featuring Jimmy Kent and Garin. Then "Dysfunctional" featuring K Granada. Is that how you pronounce the name? Then there's High and Dry. Then there's Caught Up featuring Phony People. What a name, Phony People, you know. Then there is Bufang featuring Devin Morrison. Then there is Come Over Again. All right, so straight off the bat, you know, what I like about this album is the fact of they showcase their vocals, not too much, but you know what I mean. I like the fact that it was that art that I hate to say real R&B, but that R&B feel, yeah, that the R&B feel, but also the seductive, sexy feel, the type that you can add to your sex playlist and stuff like that. That's what I did. I added to my sex playlist, minus probably 1 or 2 songs. Um, yeah, and I like I guess you know people say, oh, people they don't make music like that anymore, blah blah blah, but they do. It's here, like it's literally here. It's literally here. That's all I'm saying. You just gotta pay attention. You know what I mean? You just gotta pay attention. Um, and I like the fact that what track was it? I think it was Bufang, and I think Devin Morrison. His part was he was trying to, even though I don't necessarily agree with this, but he was trying to explain why he should be like you're saying he should be her man, this and the third. I say her. Obviously, we know that you know the Vanjess are a duo. We know that. I believe they're sisters, if I'm correct. They're able. Well, they're from the able tribe. Get me? Picking them up still. Get me? No biasness. But yeah. So like in terms of him talking to someone, he's probably you know. So it's like if I'm correct, I could be wrong, but again, maybe I should always listen to these albums second time or third time and then give a proper review. But because the fact that I've got so much going on, like it's hard for me to listen twice unless I add it to the playlist and listen to it again. You know what I mean? Like it's and I put my playlist on random anyway. So anyway, and I've got anyway. What am I talking about my playlist for? Anyway, back to the song. Um, but yeah, I feel like in general, um, yeah, that's still a good song anyway. Dysfunctional. Yeah, that was the one that it kind of reminded me of. This is the one I don't think I added to the playlist, to the sex playlist. I think what happens is that type of I think that song in general, it's still a decent song. Don't get it twisted. It's just what they me. I feel like yeah, you can switch it up, but it has to be in sync sonically. You see what I mean? Sonically, it wasn't really in sync. But other than that, the other tracks were. That it happens, yeah? Sometimes you go into a recording session and, you bang out like probably 50 tracks, maybe. 100. If you're Michael Jackson banged out 100 tracks before he selected 10 tracks. Imagine that. 100 tracks. Imagine recording 100 tracks and only 10 of them make the album. 10. Rah. Rah. Anyway, back to the album. So, yeah, so I feel like I don't have a particular favorite, but if I was to choose one, it'd probably be Come Over Again, or Come Over. But as usual, take one song, it's in context or out of context. It is what it is, and that's probably Come Over Again. And that's mainly because when it comes down to dating and relationships and stuff like that, if they come over to your house once, yeah, and you want them to come over again, practically. Do you see what I mean? That's what you genuinely want to happen. You don't want it to be always a one night thing, especially if you're a woman watching this. You really want, if you're going over there, you want to at least go over more than once. Yeah, you want to know what the trick is in order to be notified to come over again. You have to, and I like, you have to understand. Yeah, you have to learn how dating and relationships actually work. That is key because you know exactly what to do within that moment when you're with them the first time around. But other than that, just be more feminine around them. Do you know what I mean? Like, just be more feminine. Like, being feminine is not something that is wrong. It's something that's nature, and that's who you are naturally. Just develop yourself further as a woman and all that stuff there, and you become more feminine and more attractive to I say to women if you're into women and you're into women, but you be more attractive to men. Yeah, men don't want a woman that is like anti. Do you see what I mean? Yes, I get there's gonna be some guys that, if you have sex with them on the first date and you think that's good, then yes, you may think that they may never want to see you again, but that's not the case. If you put in the work, like I'm telling you, if you put in the work as if you're already, his woman, naturally, life is amazing, yeah? When you act things into existence, that's how some things actually tend to be. It's crazy, isn't it? When you act things into existence, that's how things tend to be. Like, I'll give you an example, even though this isn't in regards to dating, yeah? I remember, I don't know if you've watched Home Alone, was it in Home Alone 2 or Home Alone 1? I can't remember which one it was. Definitely not Home Alone 3 or 4, one of those ones. It's definitely either 1 or 2. Like, Macaulay Culkin's character, or Kevin, like he had I forgot what it's called, like a recorder thing, and yeah, basically I remember having that as a kid as well because I remember seeing it in a movie and I wanted it and I got it. What can I say? I think I had two, or did I have one? And then my sister had one as well. One of my sisters had one, and then I can't remember. I definitely had one anyway, and I remember pretending to be a radio presenter or something like that, interviewing people, and imagine, yeah, just imagine this. In 2008, I had an opportunity to present on radio, or represent radio. Yeah, this was from 2008, from July 2008 to like April 2011. Raw, that's like a decade ago since I left. But yeah, so it's like raw. You know them ones where you're like raw, like you realize raw. I acted that into existence. I didn't know at the time that I was acting that into existence, but it is what it is. So it's the same thing in dating and relationship situations. You have to act that out. Do you know what I mean? And eventually he will act out, certain situations that will be in your favor too. Yeah? So, anyway, to learn more about how dating and relationships actually work, click the link in the description box below, where it says become a member of the Thealkebulantrust. You will get access to online courses such as roles and relationships and that's where you're going to learn all of that information right there. All right. I'm gonna give this album a 9.5 out of 10. It's just that one track that was out of sync sonically for me that really didn't do it for me. Even though that it's still a great song, it just didn't do it for me in general. Like for me to give it a 10 out of 10. But the link to the albums in the description box below. Make sure you go stream that. Get me, like Chloe and Haley, you got competition.